There are a variety of helpers, but one can feel confident that they are in great hands. While doing parikrama, Hindus and Buddhists make the circumnavigation in a clockwise direction, and followers of Jainism and Bampo religions circumnavigate the mountain in a counterclockwise direction. The religious beliefs claim that a successful kora around the mountain washes away all one's sins, and if one does the kora 108 times, they will attain nirvana. Our first day of kora takes us into the Valley of the Gods, which is embedded with rocks and rock formations that tell tales of mighty magical wars that were fought between the gods, making the walk even more interesting. We pass through rock formations which symbolize deities. We also come across a rock formation of the Hindu god Ganesha, who looks down at us with a smile. And before we know it, we find ourselves right below the gigantic and majestic west face of the holy Mount Kailash. The oxygen levels are much lower at this resting place, so pilgrims should be aware of any changes in breathing or heart rate, as it can be much harder to breathe here. If the weather is clear, we can see the unimaginable beauty of golden Kailash. We climb up narrow, sloppy trails that lead us to the Domala Pass, which is considered to be the pass of the goddess of compassion, Tara. The valley below us looks breathtakingly picturesque. As people make the ascent towards Domala, they pass an area referred to as Shivastal. Here, pilgrims from all over make offerings of clothing or other personal belongings to God. From here, other pilgrims often partake in what is referred to as the inner kora. This is more difficult than the outer kora and requires the skills of mountaineering guides.
We had a good knowledge about the climbings, and some of the one guy, he already did Mount Everest summits. This inner Kora is the not for the normal people, and if you wanna do this inner Kora, please take a one mountaineer, and this is hard. You can see in there is a process, there is a lot of snow.
You have to be very strong to come through it, really. Without God you can't come here. Мы первые русские, которые здесь были.
The trek up the Dolmala Pass is strenuous and exhausting. It is not uncommon to have to take breaks every few steps or every few minutes. As you climb up to the pass, the views are amazing. The Dolmala Pass possess a lively and merry atmosphere for pilgrims who have just completed the most difficult part of their encirclement. Our descent from the other side of the pass brings us to Gaurikund, which is known as Goddess Parvati's bathing spot. To the Buddhist, it is the Lake of Compassion. The climb down to Gaurikund is steep, so if one would like to get a sample of the water, the Tibetan helpers will happily do so. On the way down, you must also look for Milarepa's footprint, which remains on a large boulder. Our steep descent past boulders and the Gaurikund brings us to the Lachu Valley. We've passed through sparsely green valley beds with a beautiful stream running parallel, while heading towards our next destination, the Zutulpuk Gompa Monastery, where the Caves of Miracles of the Buddhist Saint Milarepa are situated. The final day of the 3-day Kora gives us a profound opportunity to enjoy the picturesque landscape and casually steer ourselves towards the end of the parikrama. Our land cruisers will be waiting for us one last time to take us to Tarchen to rest after 3 long days. Pilgrims feel a mutual sense of satisfaction and success after completing the Kora, especially when all come together at the end. Many often feel a sense of sadness because they don't want to leave this magical place, and a place they have shared closely with others.
Thank